live. There we go. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to us here on Speaking of the Devils. I'm your host, Ryan Novositsky, joining you once again from the Boston University Media Room right here in downtown Boston, Massachusetts. We have a very big interview today, as you guys can see. But before we get to that, we have to say thank you to our sponsors at New Spine for sponsoring us here on Speaking of the Devils with 7 locations. They are New Jersey's leading institute for minimally invasive spine surgery. Live your best life pain-free. Visit newspine.com. That's nu-spine.com today to find a location near you. And now with that out of the way, we'll introduce our guest here. He's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, and he's the head coach of the BU Terriers hockey team. Jay Pandolfo, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Great to hear. Great to hear. We got to start off with Big Mike. What is it like having this guy in the room? He was awesome in our interview just earlier. I'm sure he's just been a revelation for you guys.
Yeah, he's number one. He's obviously a terrific goalie, but more importantly, he's a terrific kid. He came in last year, halfway through the year. We brought him in after Christmas, and he gave our team a boost and led us all the way to the national championship finals. Obviously, we came up short, but he was excellent for us, and he has this infectious personality that kind of goes through our room. He's very positive. He's very competitive. So he's a very special kid, and we're really happy to have him.
How much pride do you take in the fact that, I mean, let's face it, like he could be the face of your former team's goaltending situation in the next couple of years?
Yeah, that would be great when that time comes. I mean, he has the skill set, he has the mindset to at some point get into that position and lead the Devils that way. And obviously, with the rich history of goaltending with the New Jersey Devils, I was very fortunate to play with probably the best goaltender that ever played. And hopefully, Big Mike can find his way and lead the Devils that way.
How do you explain? Because I feel like this gets talked about a lot, and I've talked to some people around. They chalk it up to a bunch of different things: goaltending, or sorry, his own performance plus defense this year. How would you explain the relatively low save percentage compared to last year?
Yeah, I think there's a few different factors. I think one, we haven't played great in front of him. We're a young team. We haven't been real good defensively, giving up way too many quality chances. I think the other thing is, Big Mike came in last year, halfway through, didn't really know what to expect. He was just excited to be here. He just was living in the moment, just focusing on stopping whatever shot he was going to face. I think this year he comes in after what he accomplished last year. The expectations are high. He's putting more pressure on himself. Last year, I didn't think he had any time to even think about it. He didn't put any pressure on himself. He was just happy to be out there. This year, I think he's putting a little bit too much pressure on himself early on. And knowing that we're a younger team, probably carrying too much of the weight by himself, which he didn't need to do. And that can be tough. And being a goalie, the mental side of things is really important. And I think the last couple of weeks, you see him getting back to where he needs to be. Just from a mental standpoint, it's not anything physical, just having the mentality, the positive mentality, and getting back to where he just has to focus on, stopping the next shot and not worry about everything else that's going on around him.
The other guy that always gets talked about is obviously Shane Lachance. I feel like leadership is always the thing that gets brought up when talking about him, but there's some skill there too. What can you tell Devils fans about him? And I mean, I feel like at some point he's got to get a shot on the roster, right?
Yeah, he got the one game, which was
right.
Great to see. Yeah, I think he's going to find his way there. I mean, it's a big jump from NCAA to the National Hockey League, and obviously, especially when you're in an organization that has a really good team and a lot of really good players, it's even harder to find your way into a lineup early on. But Shane's he's a number one, again, a terrific kid. He had a pro mentality here, just with his habits, how he handled himself on and off the ice. He has an identity as a player, and I think that's real important for a young player to know what they are as a player, and he knows what he is. He's a power forward type player. He's really good in the offensive zone below the goal line, can hang on the pucks. He's great around the net. He's going to score. That's where he's going to score his goals, right around the crease, whether it's a tip, whether it's jamming and rebounds. He's got really nice hands around the net, and he's a reliable player. In the defensive zone, he has really good hockey sense. He has good awareness. He's good along the walls. So you're getting just a solid player that knows what he is as a player, and that's real important.
A good transition now into talking more Devils stuff. You mentioned, his reliability in the defensive zone. Do you feel like not only the Devils, but league wide, you need to see more players like that, like players like you, like back in the day kind of thing? I know there's a good semblance of two-way players now, but you just want, you want to see more reliability on both ends, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think most of the teams that are going to win, they have to be able to check, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. Like at the end of the day, the teams that can defend well are going to find ways to win. Of course, you have to score too. The way the game is now, you have to have that ability and have guys in your team that have that ability, game breakers that can win games for you. But you also need those guys to play both ends of the rink, and it's so important when the games get tighter. You start getting in the playoffs, every game's so tight. You have to have guys that are reliable on both sides of the puck.
Jay Pandolfo joining us here on Speaking of the Devils. Jay, do you is there a current Devil that reminds you the most of how you played? Is it Nico Hischier? Because
I wish I was anywhere half as good as Nico Hischier. He's a lot better than I am. I'll tell you that.
I'd say play style wise, though, kind of two-way.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to watch them as much
Right.
as I typically would, or just with our own team here, and just tough to my own kids playing hockey. It's just a lot to try to really watch them. So I'm not probably familiar enough with the whole roster. But knowing Nico Hischier, he's a terrific player, terrific two-way player. He's a guy that you certainly can win with, and he's been a great Devil.
He sure has been. It was reported at the time, whenever there was an opening there, that you did interview with them. Did you, in fact, interview with them, and what was that like?
Oh, I didn't interview with them.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
okay.
no.
There you go.
Yeah, I did not interview with them. I have a good relationship with Tommy Fitzgerald, who's their general manager, and I have a lot of respect for Tommy. But yeah, no, I never did an interview. So
okay, there you go. There you have it. I was going to ask you a follow-up question about what that process was like, but I am curious, like what it feels like this job for you, especially, coaching here. This does feel like a dream job. Would you categorize it as that? And what's this experience been like? Did you ever think that you would be a coach back in the day?
No, I really didn't. When you're playing, you're so focused on that. You're not even thinking about what you're going to do when you're done playing. When I did finish, had some opportunities in player development, so that's a good start to kind of lead you in one or two ways. It can lead you into the coaching side of things or lead you into the management side of things. And in player development, you're doing a little bit of both. And when I was doing that with the Bruins, it seemed that I enjoyed the coaching part more. And that's kind of how I got into it. And did I think I'd ever be back at BU as the head coach? No, but it's certainly something that I certainly would never pass up. This is where I played, care so much about this program. It's an unbelievable job. Being from here, it's just being around your family. It's different than pro hockey. You're not playing 82 games. You're basically, if you're in, especially the league we play in, you're in your bed every night. So it's a really good lifestyle. I mean, it's a grind in a lot of ways as well. You're recruiting. There's a lot of different things you have to do, but it is a dream job for me, and I'm really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun.
Is that sort of why? Because I feel like at any time there's an opening, your name always gets tossed around. Is that why you kind of haven't made the jump? Because this is just such a dream job for you?
Yeah, I plan on being here for a long time. I don't have any plans to move on. I really like where we're at. This is year 4. We've had some success. My goal is to bring a national championship back here, and I haven't accomplished that yet. So I'd like to get that accomplished at some point here. And it's not easy, and we've been close, but we haven't found a way to win the whole thing, and that's something that I certainly want to do.
Last one for me, Jay, because I would be remiss if I didn't ask. There's a lot of Devils fans that are used to watch you and everything like that. So something from your playing days. I was talking to Jamie Langenbrother earlier about just swapping Lou stories. Do you have a favorite Lou story? There's so many.
There is a lot. I don't know if I have a favorite one.
A least favorite one?
Well, even though it was not always fun, but they were certainly memorable, he would probably come in at least once a year and address the team, usually when things weren't going well. And it's not fun why he's doing it, but he would go around the room and he didn't hold anything back.
Yeah.
And he pretty much went around and gave it to pretty much every guy sitting there. And some of those ones were very memorable. I probably don't want to say what he said to a lot of different guys, me included, but those were memorable. But he had such a presence about him too. It was and when he came in, we usually did pretty well right after that. So yeah, he was a legend, Lou.
What member of the orchestra were you?
I think he would probably call me a drummer or something like that. He would not call me a violinist. I know that for sure.
There you go.
So yeah, more of a drummer probably. Just keep banging the drum. Yeah, that's probably where I was.
Last one from you. I'm just curious, like I know you haven't had a lot of chance to watch the Devils that much, but just your kind of like, 10,000 foot view of them, like some of these young stars that are on the team, Jack, Nico, we talked about a little bit. Just how the team kind of has evolved since your playing days there.
Yeah, they're certainly a fun team to watch with some of the skill they have up front. I mean, they play fast, they make plays off the rush. When you have a guy like Jack Hughes, I mean, you're gonna have to let him play to his skill set. There's no question about it. And same with Bratt, like he's a terrific. He's probably one of the most underrated players in the league. And then you have Hischier, who can do a bit of everything. But yeah, they're a really fun team to watch. It seems like they're getting better and better defensively as a team. I know they've had some injuries, so that's hurt them, but they're going to be a good team for a long time.
100%. Thank you so much, Jay, for joining us here today on Speaking of the Devils, and thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be back Saturday night, we'll be back, Saturday night doing the post-game live stream after the Devils take on the Boston Bruins. Have a great day, everybody.